guys, how's it going? I've got a really quick video for you today. I just want to show you a tool that I've been using that has completely changed the way I work. And that tool is WisprFlow. It's WisprFlow.ai. And I've just clicked over. I'll pull it up for you guys in a second, just so you know it's the right one, because I think they're going by flow. I don't know if they're going to make that permanent or not, but hey ho. So what this does, it allows you, instead of having to type, you can dictate and the transcription drops anywhere you're working on your computer. It doesn't have to be online, anywhere on your computer, and it'll work on your phone. There's an app there as well. You just enable it like you would a keyboard, kind of like Giphy or like Bitmoji, or I can't think of another keyboard off the top of my head. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to show you how easy it is to use. Now, keep in mind the recording can sometimes slow this down just a little bit, so I'll just do a really quick transcription, but I want to show you how easy it is to use. So first of all, when you go to look for the site, this is what it looks like. This is WisprFlow.ai. So you get, is it a 7-day trial? Oh, it's actually, I apologize, it's not available on Android phones just yet. I thought it was. Okay, anyways, you get a free trial, and so go ahead, and I think it's 14 days. But once you've downloaded, there's a couple ways to use it. You can use hotkeys. I know on the Mac it's the function key. But also, see this little dot down here, this little bar I have? Let's see. So I've left my mouse on that, and it says click to start dictating. I use this, my monitor's really big. I actually use it on my laptop too, because it's kind of stream of consciousness speaking is how I do this. This way it reminds me to stop. Now keep in mind, wherever your cursor is, when you stop is where your transcript will appear. But don't worry if you can't find it, because I've had my transcript show up in a text message as opposed to the tool that I was using or where I wanted it to appear. But it's really easy to grab it because it stores it for you. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm just going to jump over to Claude. I was working on my site this morning with Claude. So let's do something really quick. And again, sometimes the recording slows down, so hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to click to start dictating. I'm going to dictate. I'm going to stop, and then you'll see it appear. Okay, so Lovable is back up and working. Can you give me a recap of what we wanted to work on today as opposed to what we were working on before I stepped away for a while? Now, one thing, when you do click this, I have the sounds on, so I hear this little blip, blip. It's really, really soft. And you can turn these on or off. There we go. Okay, you can see, I don't know what we were working on before. Now, we'll go ahead and let that come up. But down here you can see in my dock, this is WisprFlow. So I had an issue before. So you can always come back in and copy the transcript. And I want you to see that I really just talk the way I talk. I don't filter myself. It will correct punctuation, and it'll start getting used to the way you speak as well. So we've got that. Okay, you can see, I do this a lot. This is, if I can talk instead of type, this is how I work now. And I want you to look at up here in the top right. So for the last 8 weeks, I have dictated 8,000 words. It took me a minute how I'd say that. I'm talking at 130 words per minute. I used to be able to type 60 words a minute. I don't know that I can do that anymore. So this is how I've been able to do what I'm doing. I still write when I'm writing an article or my newsletter, whatever. And I have a tendency, that's kind of my thought process, is my writing process is writing, and my thought process in that sense. But what I'm really using this for is task type of things. So specifically, I'm using it for vibe coding. So I'm working on a handful of projects, and this is what's allowed me to make so much progress is WisprFlow, because I can just come in here and talk. And here's another example. Let me pull up and I'll show you. I am working with a client right now, and she was saying she really wanted she wanted a nature image at the top of her website. And so what I did is, I should have saved the prompt, but let's go. I just want you to see the image. What I did is I dictated, I also use flux.ai.io. Yeah, okay. So this is the site I'm referring to. And so I logged in here and I just did the image generator. But what was so much fun about this, you guys, is the prompt that I gave for the image you're about to see was, I knew we had the color palette for her website, and I knew the color of the shirt she was wearing. And so I simply went into Flux AI and I don't know why I close my eyes half the time I give these prompts, but I said, okay, I'm looking for a nature image. I think I'd like to see a beach. We want some mountains in the background. There should be some lush green. The sunset should really have some purples and blues because that's a color palette on the website. So I need a full width landscape style hero image of a beach, mountains, whatever. So that was it. I dropped it in. I let Flux optimize the prompt, and this is the image that came out of that. So let's come back up to WisprFlow really quick. You can explore use cases, the dictionary. So my client's last name is Matson. My name is spelled different, D-O-Y-A-L. And you can add whatever you want to the dictionary. If you use certain words over and over and over again, I haven't done any quick notes in here, but again, you can see how easy it is to use it. And I don't know that I'll ever go back if I don't have to type, or it's not part of a natural process. Like when I'm writing an article or a newsletter, this is how I work now. Anyways, check it out, you guys. I pay for it. It's $15 a month. I know they've just raised a bunch of funding. And like I said, it works the exact same on the iPhone as just another keyboard, so you can do that too. And you might be thinking, well, I've got voice dictation on the Mac, or I've got voice dictation for Apple devices. I don't know what's built into Android or PC. But the thing is, there are other places that don't have it, because ChatGPT, most of the language, the LLMs, have dictation built in. And the other thing is, I love that it saves it into my transcripts. So in case something happens and I'm dictating, say, into ChatGPT and that gets lost, I don't have to worry about it. I know it's going to be there. So anyways, that is hands down my most favorite tool right now is WisprFlow. I cannot say enough good stuff about it. It's incredibly easy to use, and at least do the trial. It's completely worth testing it out and seeing. And for what it's worth, I always thought, why would I dictate? I just type. That's kind of how I think. Not anymore. Anyways, I hope that helps. Check it out, WisprFlow.ai, and I'll catch you guys next time.